Yo, what is going on, guys? It is FoxyDude98 here, and welcome back to a brand new video if you guys stay here on my channel. Today we are back with round 19, of my F1 2016 Career Mode Season 2 with Mercedes-Benz. If you do enjoy today's video, drop a like on it, that'd be absolutely awesome. Subscribe if you're new around here as well. And yeah, two things we want to say beforehand. So first of all, as you guys know, at the start of every episode, I'll always show you the laptop and see the updates. Unfortunately, I forgot to actually press record at that point, so I'm actually going to discuss everything at the start of this practice session here, which is going to be part of the track acclimatization test. So you can see me skipping through it now, and I thought I would just include this little bit into the clip just so I can actually talk about some stuff. Now, last night, or earlier this morning, I went and checked my YouTube channel, and I've actually gone and hit 500 subscribers. That is absolutely incredible. I think it was about 8 or 9 days ago, I got 400 subscribers. So in the space of basically a week, I've gained another 100 subscribers. I didn't even actually finish planning a 400 subscriber special, and now all of a sudden I've hit 500 subscribers. It's absolutely crazy, and I want to thank every single one of you for tuning in, subscribing to the channel, and just supporting me throughout my journey in YouTube. So thank you ever so much to all of you that have subscribed. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I really do appreciate every single one of you for subscribing to the channel. It really does mean a lot. So again, thank you ever so much, and I will be doing a lot of live streams next week. One of those will be an open lobby on F1 2016. I don't know what day though, but I will do one of those, so don't worry about that. I will give back to you because you have subscribed to me, so that's as fair enough as it's going to go. Anyway then, so the next thing I wanted to talk about quickly is, again, the poll is still open. Mercedes are currently about 6 votes ahead at the moment against Red Bull. Ferrari and Williams are lacking behind in the poll. You've got the choice to see which team I go to in Season 3. So, guys, get those votes in. Get them casting. I think we've had nearly 90 people vote, which is absolutely incredible. That's insane. And the final thing that I wanted to talk about, which is the main thing, is going to be qualifying. Now, as you can see on the screens right now, a comment from Schumacher. He said that when you go into for the last 4 races, you've won the championship, skip qualifying. So I pre-recorded the US Grand Prix, so I thought, screw it, I'm going to show you right now. Let's do it. So from this race and the Brazilian Grand Prix and the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, we're starting from the back of the grid, and we're going to fight all the way up and see if we can do basically a last to first with Mercedes-Benz. So thanks to Schumacher for sending that comment in. We've won the championship, so why not we just do it? I mean, it's actually a really good idea from Schumacher. Yeah, that's a really awesome thing to do. So all the resource points stacked. Hamilton's going to win the rivalry eventually because we're not going to qualify at all. Yeah, let's listen to the voicemail from Emma. She's going to give us our objectives, which are going to be different because, of course, we are starting from the back of the grid. So there are the race goals there. So that's all for this session today. Let's get into the race for the Mexican Grand Prix from the back of the grid.
The air may be thin here in Mexico City. The atmosphere is anything but. The crowd have been chanting and singing, not just this afternoon, but throughout the entire weekend. There's a great love for Formula One here, and no small amount of expectation. Let's hope today's Grand Prix can meet it. At 2,285 metres above sea level, the thin air of the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez poses a unique challenge, not just to a driver's skill, but to the efficiency of their engines as well. 17 corners make up a lap of this 2.6-mile circuit, and you can expect incredible speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and overtaking too into the hard braking zones of turns 1 and turn 4. So as we look ahead to what I hope will be a very entertaining race, I have to ask Anthony Davidson what you expect to see in terms of strategy today. I mean, do you expect a lot of tyre management? A lot of fuel management?
Well, don't we always? I don't expect these are going to be any more important than usual, if I'm honest. But what I do expect, however, are a lot of drivers getting into the pits early for some kind of undercut on fresh rubber. If you can pit before the person in front, have a good stop and drive a blistering outlap, there may be 1 or 2 seconds to be gained. If anyone gets stuck behind another car, for example, that will be the go-to strategy, surely.
We're still in with a chance to win the Constructors' title, so let's make this happen in the last 3 races.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position today, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Raikkonen, Hamilton, Felipe Massa and Vettel, Bottas, Hülkenberg, Kvyat and Roman Grosjean, Gutierrez, Perez, Fernando Alonso and Button, Haryanto, Wehrlein, Jolyon Palmer and Carlos Sainz, Magnussen and Ericsson, Felipe Nasser and a Mercedes rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Alright then, so as you can see, we are here on the grid for the Mexican Grand Prix, and we're going to be starting at the back of the field. We're going to be doing the traditional super soft to soft tyre compound strategy. We could have potentially gone on a mixed strategy and gone with the softs and then the super softs, but I thought we might as well just stick with this strategy that we've got right here. So as you can see, it's a long wait actually, isn't it? I haven't started from the back in a long time, just waiting for all the cars to go and actually start there. Eventually though, we get the formation lap underway here for the Mexican Grand Prix. It's going to be a very interesting one. And hopefully this brings a lot more entertainment for the final few races. Instead of me just defending at the lead or even staying at the front, we might as well do something a bit more entertaining. So as you can see, we're on the grid now. We have got 5 red lights here in Mexico. And it is lights out and away we go for the Mexican Grand Prix. An electric start from us at the moment here. Well, it's not actually electric because Felipe Nasser had a rubbish start there. As you can see, we're now charging our way through the field here. And as we're attacking Carlos Sainz now. But look at that, Lewis Hamilton's going slowly already. A shocking start from Hamilton. We break into turn 1, but Hamilton has gone down to last in this Mexican Grand Prix. Something's gone wrong with Hamilton. Yellow flags are out all over the place here as we make a couple of overtakes. But unfortunately, we've had illegal overtakes on 2 people here. So I have to give the places back. Hülkenberg comes through, Haryanto comes through, and Wehrlein comes through as well. Sorry, it's Gutierrez actually, and Alonso. Not everyone. And Gutierrez goes sliding up in the inside here. Gutierrez nearly making oh, he's gone spinning around. Gutierrez has gone spinning around, and it's all chaos here at the start of this Mexican Grand Prix. But luckily, somehow, we've come out of it unscathed. From the back of the field, we have gone past all the contact and chaos. And now our sights can be set on attacking Pascal Wehrlein in the manner, as you can see, coming through this S section. The amount of grip and traction that we've got on Wehrlein here as we go super wide there, losing the back end of the car and literally losing all grip there in that final part of the S section, braking way too late I did then, and I had to really flick the car in, and the back end just wasn't ready for such amount of force. But we go right around the inside of Pascal Wehrlein here, losing a little bit of force, and up to 9th place already in this Mexican Grand Prix. Verstappen leads the way with the fastest lap of the race so far. We are going to come through P9 here and enter lap 2 of the Grand Prix. Nico Hülkenberg is next on our hit list. We've chucked the car into rich fuel mixture here to give us as maximum speed as possible on this long, never-ending pit straight of death here. As we're coming now, closing. Can we make a move? We go right round the inside of Hülkenberg. Super late braking move there, and we get the job done, and we're back up to Romain Grosjean and Sebastian Vettel, where we were at the start of the lap, but we had to give those places back. But we've got the slipstream on Romain Grosjean. Can we make a move on the Frenchman himself down the inside? We're even going to try on Sebastian Vettel as well here, side by side with Vettel, but Vettel's got the inside line, and we back out of it, hold position, and we're up to P7. But let's get a replay of that start. As you can see then, I'm looking at Hamilton mostly. He gets an alright-ish start actually, and from this replay camera, you can see he's okay, and then all of a sudden, he's just slowed right down there. As you can see, we're at the back of all this chaos here, coming and attacking Sainz. I then try and make a move as close to the inside line as I can. In fact, you can see I dive down the inside here, and just trying to look where all this contact actually happened. It's between the Toro Rosso and the Manor car there. So I went around the inside of everyone. The yellow flags then, apparently I got illegal overtakes, which is annoying. So I had to get the places back, but I had to slow down, meaning that I lost a lot of time, and that a lot of people got in front of me when they shouldn't have. I then forced Gutierrez to take a very late braking maneuver here. I then did a switch back on Gutierrez, and all of a sudden, he just goes spinning around, completely loses the back end of the car, and there's about 9 or 10 of us that have managed to avoid all the complete chaos behind there. But at this stage, Lewis Hamilton, my teammate, is down in last place, so he's had a shocking start, and that's kind of reflected in real life, to be honest. He can't exactly get his car off the line in real life either. Coming through this S section now, we're attacking Pascal Wehrlein. We brake really late here. Tried to go for an outside line move there on Wehrlein, so I had to brake later and go on the outside, but I had to really flick the car in, and the back end just wasn't ready for such amount of, for what I was trying to do basically. The car wouldn't allow me to do what I wanted, so I had to do a very forceful late braking move down the inside of Pascal Wehrlein here, through the stadium section, and now our pursuit is on Nico Hülkenberg in the Force India, seeing if we can try and get away or get past him. So as you can see, coming round the final corner now and onto the longest pit straight on the calendar, I believe. Hulkenberg is going to be next, but it's not going to be easy, because of course Hulkenberg has got a Mercedes powered car, but of course I also have a Mercedes powered car, and I'm in the Mercedes Works team, so I should get past Hulkenberg easily, and we did so. Down the inside of Nico Hulkenberg, nice and calm and collected there. Very late braking maneuver actually, but we managed to get the job done, and our pursuit goes on to Romain Grosjean now in the Haas F1 team. You can see a nice camera angle here from the rear of my car. As you can see, I pull over, and you can see my late braking move. In fact, I've already done it at this point, and I then went alongside with Sebastian Vettel here, but there just wasn't enough room to go around the outside, otherwise I probably could have challenged it. I decided against it though, as we ride back on board with the live cam here of myself against Sebastian Vettel, with Romain Grosjean behind, and we're up into 7th place. Skipping ahead now to the end of lap 2, starting lap 3, Kimi Raikkonen goes and sets the fastest lap. DRS has now been enabled, but we didn't quite get it because in the detection zone it wasn't actually eligible to use yet. So now our pursuit is just using the power of the Mercedes car and the slipstream. We're going to go to the right hand side of the circuit to give us the inside line down into turn 1. We have a look at Valtteri Bottas, but we don't get it done, but we get the move on Sebastian Vettel done in the Ferrari, so he's out of the way. Next up is going to be Valtteri Bottas in the Williams, and we get a good run coming out of the exit of the first 3 corners. Now we're into the slipstream of Valtteri Bottas down the inside. Can we make the move stick? We do, but Bottas, like Vettel, is going to fight it, but this time I'm not going to let him, I'm not going to give up on this battle. I'm going to stick with Bottas and round the outside into this couple of right-handed corners here. We get the move done on Bottas, a brilliant move there, right round the outside of Valtteri Bottas, and we have cleared him. And on to the start of lap 4, Felipe Massa is next on our hit list, and this time we have DRS, and this time we're going to go flying past the Brazilian himself. Right, as you can see, we move over to the inside line of the circuit, having a very nice look at the details there on my front wing. We've already cleared Massa at this point. We are so fast in a straight line. We've got like literally a half a second gap on Felipe Massa already after making that overtake. And as you can see, because we actually had the DRS on the first detection zone, we actually get it in the second part as well, so we can pull even further away from the Williams. Now my pursuit is against Kimi Raikkonen and the 2 Red Bulls of Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo. Skipping ahead now to lap 6 of the Grand Prix, I wasn't able to really catch up to the 2 Red Bull drivers and Kimi Raikkonen, so I had to think logically, and I decided to come in a lap earlier than my scheduled pit stop and go and try and get an undercut, potentially, on some of the drivers in front. So that's what I'm going to do. And Max Verstappen actually comes into the pits, and I believe Sebastian Vettel is coming in as well for his first pit stop with another Williams driver and a Haas driver. But luckily, my team manages to get the pit stop perfect there, get me out in front of those 2 drivers, so we do not get held up, which is perfect. I didn't need that really at all. I didn't need to get held up by any of those drivers. Coming out of the pits now, unfortunately, we actually came out in all of the traffic, whereas the Red Bull driver in front evaded all this traffic. So a little bit frustrating for myself. We're going to have to do a little bit more overtaking here as we're on the fresh soft tyres. We do not want to get held up by the likes of Haryanto, Button, Verline, and I believe Gutierrez potentially. Not quite sure everyone that's in this scrap here. As you can see, we're into the slipstream of Rio Haryanto, who has got DRS, but I decided to go super late on the brakes here, and it's actually Verline, Button, and Perez who are the culprits here in my way. So, skipping further ahead on into the lap 7 here, we actually got past Jenson Button, who locked up and went wide, and I managed to get the job done here. So we then managed to take over Pascal Verline, who I shoved so wide that Jenson Button actually cheekily went through on the inside of Verline himself, giving him an extra position. But now our pursuit is on Sergio Perez. I don't think we have DRS. I'm not 100% sure. You'll see if my rear wing is open or not. Coming down the never-ending pit straight, and it is not, so we don't have DRS. So we're just going to have to use the power of the Mercedes car and get past Sergio Perez. Breaking into turn 1, we have got a very nice, comfortable gap between myself and Button, so we don't need to worry behind. Now my attack is again on Sergio Perez, who we are very close to now, and we are in the slipstream of Perez, and it's inevitable. You can see what's coming. We're going to go to the inside line on Sergio Perez, make the move down the inside, and now we can try and catch Kimi Raikkonen and the 2 Red Bulls once again. So our fight back has been halted slightly with the traffic behind. Now we've got a clean fight. We've got about 11 laps to go in this Grand Prix, and we need to keep pressing. On to lap 14 of the Grand Prix now, and Kimi Raikkonen is next on our hit list. We actually managed to close the gap between us and him. The top 4, which was myself, Raikkonen and the 2 Red Bulls, was so evenly matched in terms of pace around here that it was so hard to actually close up. But luckily we have. We've dropped back a little bit from Kimi Raikkonen, but we have, crucially, we were close enough in the detection zone for DRS. So not only do we have the straight line speed and the power of my Mercedes car, we've also got DRS to give us a hell of a lot more straight line speed. And we're getting very close to Kimi Raikkonen in the Ferrari, down the inside into turn 1. We're not close enough yet to make a move. Into turn 2 and turn 3, however, you can see how much closer we are to Kimi Raikkonen. Not as close, really, as we would have liked to. But again, Slipstream, DRS, and the power of my Mercedes car, we should be able to get past Raikkonen very easily, down the inside into turn 4, I believe this is, and we have dispatched with Kimi Raikkonen. Next up are the 2 Red Bulls, but can we close them, and do we have enough time to catch up with these Red Bull drivers? That is the ultimate question, and can we do it? We've got to find out. Moving on to the end of lap 15, my pursuit with the Red Bulls is ongoing. However, Kimi Raikkonen seems to be pretty disappointed that he lost the podium place to me, and now he wants to fight me back for it. Now, of course, with this pit straight being so long, with DRS being so effective around here, he fancies a run on me, so he's going to go to the inside line into turn 1. I'm going to shove him super wide, banging wheels there, me and Raikkonen there, and luckily, we managed to outbrake Kimi Raikkonen. We give him the space to have a look into turn 1, but in the end, he decides to back out of it into turn 2 and turn 3, and we managed to maintain P3, but that's not going to be the only time that Raikkonen's going to feel like he wants to get this place back, because he's hungry for 3rd place, and Ferrari need it as well in this championship, because they've fallen behind in my championship or on my career mode. On to the end of lap 16 now, braking hard into the final corner. Kimi Raikkonen is once again right behind us. We're about 4 to 5 seconds back from the 2 Red Bull drivers who are battling against each other, which I would have been able to have taken advantage of, but unfortunately, I've got Raikkonen to fight with, so I can't fight the Red Bulls because I have to fight Raikkonen. I'm going to shove him as close as I can towards the end of the track, and I'm going to take the outside line once again into turn 1, so braking hard, I'm going to give Raikkonen the space into turn 1. Again, he decides not to take it, and then through the inside into turn 2 and turn 3, I get the move done on Kimi Raikkonen here on lap 17, and that means that we are comfortably clear of Raikkonen and stay in 3rd. But you can see, look, you can see on the leaderboard that Verstappen and Ricciardo are fighting hard, but the problem is, because I'm having to scrap with Raikkonen, we're both losing time to each other, and again, on the end of this lap, again, Raikkonen has closed up on me, and he's probably in rich fuel mixture and giving it absolutely everything right now to try and get this position back. So as you can see, we're in the same place again on the never-ending pit straight of death. You can see Raikkonen is very close this time. I'm going to give him the inside line again, and I'm going to, yet again, I'm going to outbrake him into turn 1, round the outside. In fact, Raikkonen couldn't even get the job done, and I managed to close the gap through the inside of turn 1 there, so no problems whatsoever. Round the outside, a little bit wide on the exit of turn 3, all done and dusted. On to the final lap of the Grand Prix then, or at the end of the final lap of the Grand Prix. We're not going to be able to win this race, unfortunately for myself. Daniel Ricciardo is actually going to come through and win the Mexican Grand Prix. Verstappen takes 2nd place. We are, however, going to take 3rd place. Starting from the back of the grid, I cannot complain about getting a podium at all. Similar to what Lewis Hamilton did in Belgium when he started at the back and got 3rd place. But of course, he had a safety car to give him all the luck, whereas I had to do all the overtaking legit. Anyway then, guys, if you did enjoy this Grand Prix, drop a like, that'd be absolutely awesome. Subscribe if you're new to my channel as well. Don't forget to vote for which team you want me to go for. Currently, Mercedes are leading the way in the poll, and as it stands, we will be staying with the team for another season, but that can all change if it can't, and well, depending on your votes, really. So as you can see, there's a little look at Marcus Ericsson. But the question we want to know, actually, is coming out of here, where did Lewis Hamilton finish? Now, I finished 3rd. Ricciardo was 1st, Verstappen was 2nd. In the Grand Prix overall, a very entertaining race, a lot of action. I actually really like the idea that Schumacher gave to me to do this for the final few races. On the soft tyres, I was quicker than... it was actually really evenly matched between the top 4. I was probably about 3-4 tenths a lap faster, but as soon as I got past Raikkonen and he started battling with me, I just wasn't able to catch the Red Bulls because I was having to waste a lot of time scrapping with Kimi. But there you go. So as you can see, we finished 3rd here, starting from the back of the grid. But Lewis Hamilton finishes all the way down in 20th place. And I'm going to zoom in here. Look at Carlos Sainz's penalty. Wait a second. You can see there's the leaderboard here. We'll show you in just a second now. What type of a penalty is that? What type of a penalty has Carlos Sainz just been given? Like, he's been given one of the most craziest penalties I think I've ever seen in my life. In the driver's standings, Ricciardo now goes in front of Lewis Hamilton in the standings, and I think I increased my advantage. Yeah, I do actually, because, yeah, I do increase my advantage, funnily enough, still at the top of the standings. I've already won the Drivers' Championship. In the Constructors' standings, Mercedes stay in front of Red Bull, but Red Bull have closed in on us thanks to their 1-2 and only me scoring points. But that's going to be it then for the Mexican Grand Prix. However, before I do finish this video, we do make an upgrade for the Brazilian Grand Prix. I'm not going to be ceasing any R&D because of course I've still got people wanting to vote for what team I should drive for. So I've left the ceasing in the R&D. There's no point in me doing it. So I may even eventually have to move teams. But we get an update here coming in from Emma, and she's going to be all like, yo, Foxy, you're doing so well. I've just, spoken to the team executives. They're so good. Yay, happy yays. They do that all the time. I'm sorry. I just know that anyway. So putting the phone down here, you can see that we're now going to go onto the laptop and make the upgrade, which I believe is a downforce upgrade to give us a little bit more downforce in the car, because we've got a lot of speed. We've got 4 engine upgrades and 3 drag upgrades. So I thought, let's get some downforce and some chassis weight done. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the Mexican Grand Prix. I'll see you guys for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Take care. Peace.